Hi, Dave Markham here, speaking for the UU A Way of Life. This is commentary number 3 on A Course in Miracles. In the first commentary and second, we talked about the introduction. The first commentary had to do with the section that says, "Nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists, herein lies the peace of God." And if you've been following the commentaries, I was sharing my idea that means that love cannot be threatened, and anything other than love is not real. And once you understand that, you will experience the peace of God. And then in the second commentary, we talked about the fact that the Course says that the curriculum is established. When and where you choose to take it is up to you. So, life has a way of teaching us life's lessons, and that has to do with becoming aware of love. Hopefully removing or minimizing the blocks to our awareness of love. In this third commentary, we're going to start talking about miracles. The Lumpmeister commented and says, well, there's a lot of definitions for miracles, all the way from magic to, it was a miracle that the Yankees won the baseball game last night because the game was going poorly in their favor, and then in the last inning, somebody hit a home run and they scored 3 or 4 runs. So, we kind of, in English, throw that word around, and it has many meanings depending on the context. But in the Course, a miracle, of course it's called A Course in Miracles, a miracle has a specific meaning. And my understanding of what a miracle is, as far as the Course is concerned, is a miracle is an expression of love, which is a blessing. And if you've been a giver or a receiver of a miracle, and you've experienced that blessing, you know what I mean. Now, in chapter 1, it's entitled The Meaning of Miracles. And so the Course spends a lot of time talking about what a miracle is or isn't from the point of view of the Course. And so in subsection 1 of chapter 1 is called The Principles of Miracles. The Principles of Miracles. And the Course lists 50. There are 50 principles of miracles. Now you can skim through these real fast. They probably won't mean an awful lot because, again, it's kind of metaphysical language. But if you take the time to actually take each principle and reflect on it, there is a depth to each one which seems to me to be pretty significant. Principle number 1. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than another. They are all the same. All expressions of love are maximal. Now, when I heard that first principle, that was kind of hard for me. Because having a dichotomous mind, which we all have, we like to compare. That's how we make sense out of our experience. So my wife and I had 9 kids. And people would say, which kid do you love the most? Well, that's a silly question. I love them all, right? Or if you like flowers, people could ask you again a silly question. Which flower do you love the most? Lilacs, petunias, daffodils, roses, tulips? Well, they're all different. They all have, different form, different fragrance, different growing conditions. You love them differently, right? But they ask which one do you love the most is kind of a nonsensical question. So this idea that there's no order of difficulty in miracles, if you love, and true love is unconditional, there could be no order. One isn't harder or bigger than another. Now, it's interesting in our Unitarian Universalist faith because our very first principle is the inherent worth and dignity of every person. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. And I think, again, in our ego, we think as if some people have more dignity and worth than others, right? If you're upper class and you're rich and you're smart, you have more worth and dignity than somebody who's lower class and poor and illiterate. It was the basis of our nation, was founded, that African American people were 2/3 of a real person, of a white person. And so in World War II, Jewish people were thought to be subhuman. That's how genocide was carried out, right? And here in our country, we do that with Hispanic people when states like Arizona make laws that brown-skinned people are less than the white people who run the state. So a lot of the problems in our world are created by our own egos, our own minds, which are full of discriminatory racism and a belief that I'm better than you because I, and fill in the blank, right? So this first principle of miracles, that there's no order of difficulty. One is not harder or bigger than another. They're all the same. All expressions of love are maximal. What a wonderful idea, huh? Yeah. So the takeaway today is to reflect, appreciate, and act on the idea of unconditional love. I love human beings because of that divine spark that exists in each one of us. They don't have to do anything to earn it, don't have to do anything to deserve it. Every person is worthy of our love, and all love is maximal. Fits very well with our Unitarian Universalist faith, doesn't it? You know, the first principle of the Course in Miracles, there is no order of difficulty in miracles. Fits very well with our first principle of Unitarian Universalists, that every person has inherent worth and dignity. Thanks for listening. Till next time, Dave Markham. Bye.